Today I'm diving into the world of Docker and how to set up a Nextcloud server on Kali Linux. Take a moment to understand why creating a Dockerized Nextcloud server can be especially valuable, and particularly for professionals in the medical industry, whether you're a IT professional or anything tech-wise. It can be used as a local server and a privatized local server so that you can keep files secure and always have access to them on your local drive or your local system. So let's dive into it. Do is create a virtual private network, and this will give us anonymity when we're accessing our server. I'm going to use a website called VPN Book, which gives you the ability to download OpenVPN configuration files in a bundle. So here I have VPN Book, and I'm going to download the configuration files for the server. From there, I'm going to go to my downloads, and I'm going to unzip. And here's our configuration file bundle, and this is what we'll use in the terminal. So the first thing we'll do is use this command. Right now I have the latest version already installed on my computer, but if you didn't, this would be the command to use if you did not. So next we will ls into the place where we downloaded it, which is and right here you can see the zip, and you can also see the actual unzipped file of the configuration file bundle. So we will cd into that. Once we're there, we can then sudo So it's asking us for an authorization username, and this is what we'll do. When I downloaded the configuration file bundle, it had a username and password, and this is what you'll use to authenticate yourself inside of the terminal. So our username is VPNbook, and our password is this. Here it's going to open our OpenVPN, and once it's done verifying, it'll give us an initialization sequence completed, and this just shows pretty much our VPN tunnel and that it's active. So yeah, we were able to open the VPN, and now we have access to it for us to use our server anonymously. And we can check this by using a website called what is my IP address. It's a little slow just because we're using a VPN. Canada, which we are not. I am actually in the United States right now, just so you understand that the VPN is working right now, and we're not able to see our actual IP address where we actually are. After creating the VPN tunnel, the next thing you want to do is install Docker so that you can use it as a container for your Nextcloud instance. I've already installed Docker, so now we can run the Nextcloud instance. I'm going to use port 8080, and that port is a local port that you can use so that you can always access your Nextcloud. Now this is our container ID, and this shows that our container is active. And now our next step will be to access our Nextcloud server. We'll use our local host on port 8080. So here's our Nextcloud instance, and now we have to install it. So I'll use my own credentials, and then you use this to install Nextcloud Hub. They give you various ways to start your Nextcloud. You can set it up as many ways as you want. And now you have a secure instance of Nextcloud to keep files, to keep documents, to keep photos, and there's various apps that you can use throughout Nextcloud for whatever you do. You download the Nextcloud desktop app, and from here you can actually access the same server that I have in front of you. So I'm going to log in just with the same server address that I'm using right now, which is my local 8080. And from here, it gives you a prompt to connect the Kali desktop client. And I'm going to log in, and I'm going to grant access to myself. From here, my account is connected, and it gives me a chance to sync all my files that I have on this VM. I'm going to do that actually. And here I'm syncing all the files that are already on my regular VM. So yeah, now that we have our Nextcloud, we can use it for so many various different things. I've showed you how to start an OpenVPN, start a Docker and run it, and install Nextcloud onto our system so that we have a Nextcloud instance for our private use anytime we want. This is for anybody interested in cloud computing, Linux, using Docker and how to set it up, and using Nextcloud as a local server. Like and subscribe if you want more videos, and thank you for listening.